Didn't 2022 just get started? I could have sworn it was January about a couple weeks ago. But no, it's already March, and you know what that means? It's time for spring cleaning. Yes, I said it, y'all. It is time for spring cleaning. What does that mean? It's time to say out with the old, in with the new. Okay, that's what the cliche saying is, but we got to live by it, right? So, what I'm going to do first is start with the word of the day and tell y'all a little bit more about this episode. So, the word of the day for today is coming from Isaiah chapter 1, verse 16. It says, "Wash yourselves, make yourselves clean, put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil." Isaiah 1:16. All right. And what I want to let y'all know is that with this month being March, it means that it's time to declutter everything that is not of positivity, everything that is not of you. What are you repping? I'm repping God, G-O-D. So therefore I got to live by everything that he wants me to be. So the mood this month is to the left, to the left. Y'all know about that Beyonce song, right? Y'all see it. To the left, to the left. Yes, that's a whole mood. And not just this month, but every single month. I want to give a shout out to Harrison Family Values. Shout out to them because they create content, specifically Andre, who is in charge of this channel. He creates content that is worthy to the black community. We need to look at these conversations, and that's why I'm subscribed to him. You should definitely do the same. All right, with this month being March, to the left, to the left. And I want to tell y'all 5 ways to spring clean your life. But before that, I want to tell y'all the reason I'm doing this episode. Last week, I did an episode regarding the live interview with Kwame Kilpatrick, who is the former Detroit mayor. And what I want to tell y'all about is a particular clip that he did that inspired me to do this episode. Take a look at this.
Chelsea, let me say this. It's particularly about men. We grow up, a lot of us, we're on teams. We gather with the guys in the neighborhood. We play ball together. We play football. We're part of this crew, these fellas. And God sometimes, or all the times, if he has a tremendous call on your life, he's going to call you to a season of aloneness. You're going to have to be alone with him.
Kwame said it best. Yes, he said you're going to have to be alone with God. Sometimes you have to have a single season. And that's exactly what I'm trying to motivate y'all to do, is to spring clean your life. Declutter what's unnecessary. And the way we start that is I'm going to tell y'all the 5 ways to spring clean your life. Number 1, meditate on what matters. What is coming out of your mouth? What are you listening to? And what are you hearing around you? Meditate, because whether it's taking out 10 minutes out of your schedule to listen to meditation, to slow your heart rate down, or if it's listening to the music, you're meditating over something. So figure out what that is for sure. And what I want to do first is start off by giving y'all an affirmation that I'm going to actually play for y'all, and y'all need to repeat after this affirmation statement. And this is coming from Pastor R.C. Blake's YouTube channel. So listen to this affirmation, repeat after it, and it's going to change your life. Starting now.
I am in possession of myself. No one has access to my controls. I am mastering my emotions, relationships, sexuality, spirituality, and financial choices. Self-mastery, the governance of one's self.
And I hope that y'all were able to repeat that affirmation. It's all about speaking it. Whether you believe it to be 100% true or not, you have to speak it into existence if you want to see a return on your investment. So I hope that y'all repeated that affirmation with me, y'all. Let's get into it. So like I said, meditate on it. Make sure that the words that are coming out your mouth align with the goals you may have. I'm going to say, I am a queen. I'm going to claim it, because even if I'm sort of living by that lifestyle, I'm claiming that I'm a queen, because I'm going to speak it until it becomes what I really am. Okay? If you're going to say I'm a millionaire, keep saying that, especially if you want to become one. It's all about what you meditate on. And you may not know this, but sometimes we suffer from fatigue. When we're working 9 to 5s, maybe longer than that, every single day, we are, suffering from fatigue. We're suffering from depression, anxiety, etc. that surrounds us because of the lifestyles that we live. So the way to declutter that is to meditate on something positive. You will feel much lighter when you do. The next step to actually spiritually cleaning out your life is to figure out your finances. Okay, figure out your finances. Realize that when we started off January 1st, we had these goals that we wanted to accomplish. We had these particular, resolutions. And some of us, we've fallen off. I can claim it myself. All those goals I set, some of them I'm working on, some of them I plan to work on. But it's about recognizing. Because the biggest thing I want to tell y'all today is that you got to make sure that you're driving. You're driving. And when you're driving on the road, there's no wind. You can drive straight. You can take your hands off the wheel, right? But you got to realize sometimes wind is going to pick up on the left. And what you got to do is realign yourself to go over towards the left so you won't be pushed too far to the right. And when the wind's coming from the right, realign yourself by pushing yourself over to the right so you can be realigned right in the middle. So it's all about adjustment. That's what life is. And that's what we got to realize as we figure out ways to actually spring clean our lifestyles. So figure out your finances. I'm going to help y'all with this because y'all probably figuring out or wondering, how am I going to figure out my finances? You like telling me what to do. So take a look at your money, what's coming in, what's coming out. That's the cash flow. And then figure out if you're happy with it. Don't you want more income coming in than what's leaving out? That makes some sense to me. But if you're not happy with it, that means that you got to figure out some side hustles because that 9 to 5 is not helping you get rich. It's helping the people that you work for get rich, helping to build their dreams and not. It's creating their generational wealth, but it's not creating yours until you get that side hustle going on. And then how can you refresh your budget? What can you do to generate some more income? But I'm going to tell y'all to mark y'all calendars for March 9th at 6 p.m. EST because I have a live interview with Markia Brown, who's from the Money Plug LLC. She is a credit repair specialist and a credit literacy coach who's going to help you build your credit up the right way. She's here to answer any questions that you may have regarding your credit. So again, mark your calendars, March 9th at 6 p.m. EST for this interview. So that's what I'm going to give y'all on the figure out your finances. Come back next week because I'm going to give you more specifics on how to do so. Next, let's talk about this real quick. Unfollow the unnecessary. Everything that we follow has an influence on us. We might not want to claim it, but that's what it is. Everything we follow has an influence on us. And what I want to do is give a shout out again to Harrison Family Values because he has this clip that I'm about to play for y'all that is telling y'all exactly what we're doing in the Black community, specifically when it comes to following the people we see on YouTube and social media.
So what I found watching YouTube channels, right, is that some people who weren't able to find a relevancy in the real world created channels in order to be validated and find a relevancy on YouTube and social media. So they create these toxic communities and these toxic digital environments in order to poison the masses because they're bitter that they weren't relevant in society. So now they're going to try to become relevant by promoting toxicity in social media and on YouTube. So guys, do me a favor, especially to my Harrison extended family, don't fall for it. Seek out positive content that will uplift you and encourage you. And stop watching these bozo YouTubers who are only out there to poison your mind and create more toxic versions of themselves.
Yes, Harrison Family Values said it. Shout out to you, Andre, for that because we are living in a world full of toxicity. Toxicity seems to trend. Toxicity seems to trend. And with that trending, that's the reason why channels like us, we're not getting the views because they want to see something negative. They want to see negative energy. And we're not about that. We want to make sure to improve our Black communities. And the way we do that is by having these intense conversations that's going to in turn change us. Like I told y'all, I'm here to feed y'all spiritually and mentally. I want to help y'all because that's the only way that our community can become whole. All right. So shout out to Harrison Family Values for that. We have to start to lead. We have to unfollow the unnecessary. Go down your timeline and see if what you're following on your timeline aligns with what your future holds. Okay. That's ever so important because it seems like we're just following people because other people are following them. We got to start following, right? We got to stop following. We got to start to lead. That's what we got to do. Start to lead. Let's be leaders in our community. Let's start new trends that nobody else from other ethnicities would think we would start. Okay? It starts with us. I'm telling you, like, this is the biggest thing for me is that our community is so focused on everybody else. We can't keep competing. We have to do what we need to do to succeed. And this fourth tip that I have for y'all when it comes to 5 ways to spring clean your life is to realign your relationships. I already told y'all about this driving and this steering analogy that I had is that when it comes to driving, you want to stay focused on one lane, but sometimes you got to realign these relationships. We got people pulling at you, they're withdrawing, but they're not depositing into you. Then you have to realign those relationships because relationships are this. Let me tell y'all, relationships are meant for those who actually relate to you. Relationships are meant for those who can relay info to you. And relationships are meant for those who can revitalize your life. Okay, let's talk about it. But it's about the relate. It's more than just the relate though, because maybe you're relating on things that aren't really looking too spiritual. So make sure that you relate to them. They can relay info that's necessary for your growth. But lastly, they revitalize your life. They help you. They stem. They put the seed in you that helps you to actually build, helps you to be whole. So that's what relationships should do. But the thing about it is that on my past clips, on my past episodes, I've talked about how people should be about being innocent by association, not guilty by association. So take a look at this. Can we start living by the phrase innocent by association? If we do that, then we wouldn't have to worry about such and such when we're at this such and such place, right? So if you're innocent by association, it don't matter who you're with, you know you're good. You know that your back is covered, okay? But when you're guilty by association, you could be at the wrong place at the wrong time. But since that's your homeboy, that's your homegirl, it doesn't matter because, you know, everybody don't want to tell on their homegirl or their homeboy. But at the end of the day, what I'm letting you know is that you need to be innocent by association. If you can do that, then you got the right circle. And it might not be a circle that you're in. It could be a square, it could be a triangle, it could be a rectangle. Whatever shape you're in, keep it up if you're innocent by association. And what I mean by that is that what kind of conversations are you having? Are you having godly conversations or godless conversations? Pick your choice. Pick your choice. Yes, Chelsea. Like, shout out to the old Chelsea. Because the thing is, I have to sometimes watch my old episodes just so I can be able to realign myself. Okay? We forget. We live and we forget what's necessary to achieve the next goal. But if I go back and watch some old episodes, I'll be like, yes, Chelsea, you're speaking facts. Because sometimes we get distracted. Sometimes distractions can become main attractions. I've realized that. And that's the main reason why March is going to be a declutter month for me, okay? Innocent by association. Yes, exactly. Let's live by these models. If we just change a few words and some of these cliche sayings that we have, do you realize what we could change? Come on now, y'all. So again, that's why I'm like, shout out to the old Chelsea for that, because you were spitting facts then, and I'm going to continue to spit facts right now. So I told y'all 4 things so far about how to revitalize your life, how to spring clean your life. It's March. 1, meditate on what matters. 2, figure out your finances, because if your money's not right, then nothing else is going to be aligned right, because you got to make sure you're allocating your resources where necessary to build that generational wealth. It's not just about you, it's about the ones that come after you. Unfollow the unnecessary. That's a big one, y'all, because social media is what we use every single day. It's become an addiction one way or another because it's a daily habit. Habits become addictions, right? But if you're addicted for the right reasons, then that's where you're actually getting a return on your investment. Like I just talked about, realigning your relationship. So make sure they're aligned. The people that's with you, they better not be pulling you down, okay? They better be pulling you up. I'm telling you, the only time they should be pulling you down is when they're putting that seed in you so they can make you grow. That's the only time. And the last tip I have, which is the most important one, is to live God's plan. Y'all know about Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you. Y'all know it. 29:11. So with that particular verse, he's telling y'all, he's like, he has the plans aligned for y'all, but y'all just got to follow him. When you follow him, there's nothing else that you can't do. So the question you have to ask yourself is, where do you want to be in life? In 1 year, in 5 years, 10, 25 years down the line? Because in 25 years, I'll be close to 50. So I'm like, at that point, I'm definitely better be retired. I definitely better be having a family, a good life. Everything should be set up at that point. So realize, like, you better put, it's train tracks and steps. But every single day that you use right now is a stepping block towards what your future is going to look like. So whether you're doing this little small goal to build to a big goal, whatever you're doing, just know that today determines your future. I'm using my past for my present. I'm using my present towards my future. And that's exactly what y'all have to do by living God's plan. So I hope that y'all are going to spring clean your life, because it's Lent season right now. 40 days. 40 days to go hard. 40 days to cleanse yourself and to live for God. That's exactly what I'm doing. So make sure that whatever you're doing in life aligns with God's plan. And know that I'll be seeing y'all next week. But before I tell y'all the ending of the show, I want to talk to y'all about the 3 types of people in your life, because relationships are ever so important. Never forget 3 types of people in your life. 1, who helped you in your difficult time. 2, who left you in your difficult time. And 3, who put you in difficult times. Don't forget those 3 types of people. And it would be bad if you have examples for all 3, but that's life. Yes. So again, the 3 types of people. You heard it. And what I'm trying to let y'all know is that you got to make sure that those people who had helped you are staying in your life, who who are genuine with you stay in your life. The ones who put you through stuff, they shouldn't be in your life anymore. Bye-bye to you. And those who, put you in a difficult time, like I said, the ones who knew you were going through a difficult time and didn't provide you any help, the ones that need to be erased. The ones that just spectators that's lurking on your pages and whatnot, they need to go bye-bye. So make sure you do your spring cleaning in multiple ways, as I showed y'all. I'll be back next week for another episode, which will be the live interview to help you get your credit and how to level it up. All right, y'all. Stay safe, and I'll see y'all next week.